In today's game, we've got Bucket Ball. It's a great throwing game. It can also be adapted for basketball shooting, which I'll show you later on. And it's also a brilliant game if it's raining outside and you're tight for space. You can even play this kind of game in a classroom. So it's got loads of use cases. We hope you enjoy it. So to start with, you'll need a basketball if you're doing the basketball version, beanbag or dodgeballs if you're doing the throwing versions, and then you'll need some spot markers, some buckets or a basketball hoop or something to throw your beanbags or balls into. We'll start with the throwing version first. So for that, you'll need your bucket or something to aim at in the middle. A ball trolley also works really well for this. You then set up your spot markers, and depending on how many teams you have and the size of your group, you can set up more of these as you wish. And then you have your teams at the end of the spot markers. Then each team gets something to throw. So in this case, it's beanbags, because this group are going to practice their underarm throwing today. When the game starts, the first person at the front of the line picks up their beanbag and is allowed to go to any spot marker from their team, and they will throw their beanbag from that spot marker. So everyone goes. In this case, we'll show you the blue team. This person's gone right to the front to the first spot marker. They can go to anyone, but they've gone for a closer one first. They then throw the beanbag from there. If it goes in, they then collect the spot and their beanbag. So quite often I get them to pick up their spot first so that they don't forget which one they threw from. And then they'll get their beanbag from the bucket and they'll take it back, give the beanbag to the next person and put the spot marker down at the back, and they'll collect them at the back. The first team to collect all of their spot markers are the winners. If someone from a team misses from whichever spot they throw from, they then go and collect their beanbag and take it to the next person in the line, and they just don't collect that spot marker. So it's a really simple game, and I'll show you some variations now. Here are a couple of different ways that you can play the game, and obviously you'll think of some more. So we can have teams aiming into the same bucket depending on how many you've got, or you could have 4 separate trolleys or buckets for them to aim at. But the same principles apply. The kids really love it. It gets competitive and they get really into it. Here is a way that the game can be adapted for basketball. Same principles apply. When the game starts, the person at front of the line with the basketball can choose any of the spot markers to shoot from. If they score, they collect that spot marker, and if they miss, they just collect the ball, and the first team to collect all of their spot markers win the game. So really simple, but great fun game. Finally, here's another way that we like to adapt the game for basketball so that they're shooting at the same hoop. This adds an extra little bit of carnage, as sometimes their basketballs will bounce off each other and will stop them from scoring by accident, and that adds a fun little element to it too. We look forward to hearing how you guys get on and any adaptations that you make, and we hope you enjoy it. See you in the next one.